to start off, I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. Uh, I did, and Victoria said in the commercials this would be the best Thanksgiving weekend ever. Well, who could argue with that? I mean, whole weekend of Victoria, it's gonna be great. Um, Start with the Macy's parade. I saw Miranda Cosgrove. Uh, and they acknowledged her. I did see Victoria. They did not mention her. I don't know why. Uh, but when someone asked the kids if they could add a float, what would it be, they said Justin Bieber. Now, I don't care for Justin Bieber, but that's not the point. The point is he wasn't in this parade, and Victoria and Miranda were. Now that says a lot. And congratulations to everyone who was in it. I mean, that is obviously a big honor. So, and they're the only reason I even tuned into the Macy's parade. I mean, as a Chicagoan, we're still mad at Macy's for murdering Marshall Fields. uh, okay, on to Freak the Freak Out. The movie, not the song, both great. The theme song they did a little differently, which I liked. They went to the bridge abruptly, but that's great. If you haven't heard the whole song, go to YouTube, you'll hear it. You should, I mean, but that gave us another part of the song, so that was also good. Okay, wisdom teeth. Yeah, I remember having my wisdom teeth removed. I actually had them removed in two phases. I only had 3 wisdom teeth, and I had 2 on the bottom that were removed, and it was an ordeal. I hurt for days afterwards. Then, a number of years later, I had the top one removed in a different manner, and that it was nothing. I'm totally painless and perfectly healed in like 2 days. Now the wisdom teeth plot, bit over the top, but necessary for the overall plot. The whole thing was well written, well executed. Victoria said it was supposed to have a surprise ending. I didn't catch that, but what the surprise ending was supposed to be, but overall it was a great movie. I mean, it's Victorious. Now it's the first Victorious movie. What can you say? The comment about the Japanese and how they've given us so much great things, including karaoke. Well, of course, they gave us Nintendo. Even though I'm not into modern video games as much as I was during the NES era. But yeah, karaoke, I love doing that. The only thing the Japanese gave us that I don't like is food. I don't like any Oriental food at all. Mexican, most Italian food I like. But Japanese, Indian, Thai, Chinese, I can't bring myself to like it. And that's, well, we all have our different tastes, so there you go. Then there was the reference to the Ginger Fox and the singing of the Ginger Fox song. Now, we of course previously had Ginger Fox on iCarly. So, a crossover. Of course, these are both Dan Schneider shows. And as of late, iCarly has had some crossover characters from Zoey 101. You had Quinn Pensky mentioned, even though never appeared, and then last week Abby Wilde reprised her role as Stacy Dilson. Is this an attempt to make iCarly into a Zoey spin-off to satisfy some demand for a Zoey spin-off that I'm sure exists? I mean, years ago, I had a dream where iCarly was referred to as a spin-off of Zoey 101, but it's not exactly. I mean, to be more accurate, the two main stars did appear on Zoey 101, but as separate characters. So, it wasn't a spin-off to start out with, but with the crossover characters, maybe that's what they're trying to make it into. Now, originally, it was planned, or at least it was the rumor that it was planned, that Victorious was supposed to be the Zoey spinoff, with Victoria Justice reprising her role as Lola. Obviously, they did not decide to do that, but nevertheless, the door has just been opened for Victoria to reprise her role as Lola, and that is something I would surely welcome. Then we had the 7 Secrets of Victorious, which, it was just a matter of time before it happened. I was wondering what would come up. It finally did. I'm glad it finally did. After watching it, it appears that Victoria's real-life personality is actually closer to Lola than Tori. Whereas before seeing this, I imagined the opposite. But nonetheless, it was nice getting to know a little more about who Victoria is in real life. Incredibly intelligent and appreciative of old things. I know last week I made the reference of let's not live in the past, but you gotta respect the past as well. So, vinyl records, I'm glad she has some appreciation for those things. And just to say, she's not only freaking awesome, she's freaking lucky. Victoria, you have a life many people would kill for, so make the best of it. I didn't see all the Victorious marathon on Saturday because I was working part of the time, but all in all, great Victorious weekend. Go Victoria! And I will see you next week to talk about Big Time Christmas.